You may have heard the recent change from implementation date of August 1st for the TILA-RESPA integrated disclosure to a delay of October 3rd of 2015. And while this is good news and gives us time to prepare, it still leaves us with the important task of informing our real estate partners about the upcoming changes. And there are many effects that they will have on the mortgage industry. So in this webinar, we're going to share some of the information that you need to go out and share the upcoming changes with your real estate partner. My name is Ginger Bell. I am an education specialist in the mortgage industry. I've been training originators in the mortgage industry for the past 12 years. And I put together some information to be able to help you get the information out to your real estate partners, know what's important to share with them, and to do it in a timely manner. I also want everyone to know that this webinar was recorded prior to the recent announcement from the CFPB of an extended implementation period from August 1st to October 3rd. So the references made throughout this recording that speak to an August 1st implementation know that that date is being delayed to October 3rd. So important to note that the changes that are happening for TILA-RESPA will be delayed until October 3rd of 2013. So we're going to be looking at all applications on or after October 3rd. So carry on with the webinar, and please note that references to August 1st will now be noted to October 3rd. The first thing you want to communicate with them is why we are where we are. As we know, the mortgage industry has been required by federal law to provide separate disclosure forms to consumers who are applying for a mortgage. The forms were enacted and regulated under two separate federal laws, the Truth in Lending Act, or TILA, and the Real Estate Settlement Procedures Act, or RESPA. And much of the information on the separate forms are overlapping information, and they're often confusing to borrowers. So the Dodd-Frank Wall Street Reform and Consumer Protection Act, or what we know as the Dodd-Frank Act, directed the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, or the CFPB, to integrate the two mortgage loan disclosures under TILA and RESPA. And what we have today are four forms, which consist of the good faith estimate, or the GFE, and the initial TIL. These are issued at application, and then the final TIL and the HUD-1 settlement statement, which are issued at closing. And what we'll be seeing are two new forms. The first is the loan estimate, which will replace the GFE and the initial TIL, and then the second is the closing disclosure, and that replaces the HUD-1 and the final TIL. The effective date is August 1st of 2015. So the new loan estimate and closing disclosure forms cannot be used prior to August 1st. So this means that until August 1st, lenders will continue to use the old forms for all applications. The new loan estimate combines the initial TIL and the GFE. It consists of 3 pages. The loan estimate is issued within 3 business days of application, and both mortgage brokers and lenders can issue the initial loan estimate. The closing disclosure combines the final TIL and the HUD-1 settlement statement, and it consists of 5 pages. Lenders may issue the closing disclosure along with settlement agents, and it must be received by the borrower 3 business days prior to consummation. And that's really the key. That's what we want to get out and communicate to our real estate partners, that we now have this 3 business day requirement once that closing disclosure is in the hands of the borrowers. There's that 3 business day waiting period. This is an opportunity, though. It's an opportunity to be the expert for your real estate partners, to create awareness, to give them the information that the change is coming, and let them know about the timing, provide guidance and support. And the integrated disclosures, it's really a huge opportunity for the industry to meet the demands of not just the customer, but also to be able to educate our real estate partners. So what's important for our partners to know? First of all, you want to communicate out the added waiting period at closing. You want to provide them with the definition of consummation. So what does that mean? When is the timing taking place? 3 days before what? So to define that for them. You also want to share information on the timing requirements. how they need to write their purchase agreements. Do they need to extend those for any longer? As well as what agents can do to help inform consumers about the change. So there's some important things to communicate out, and the question is, how do we get the message out? How do you communicate this out to your real estate partners and let them know about what's happening? Well, you can do it in a variety of ways. You can send emails, you can send postcards, you can send out flyers, you can conduct one-on-one meetings, informal meetings, go into a real estate office and provide some education. You can also do workshops, work with your local realtor association. But the main thing is you want to keep the communication directed to what will have the greatest impact on them. So that means you don't want to get into the details of here's how you fill out the forms or here's our tolerances, but you really want to talk about what's critical to them and give them tools that will help them to do their business better. So what information do we need to communicate to our real estate partners? First of all, implementation date, August 1st. Let them know change is happening, new forms, this is what it's going to be. Next, let them know about the waiting periods. The 3 business days is critical. And this begins from the day that the borrower receives the closing disclosure. So if you want to drop it in the mail, you have to add another 3 business days on to that timing requirement. You can deliver the closing disclosure in person, you can also deliver it electronically, or you can send it overnight. But the key is based on when did the borrower or borrowers actually receive that closing disclosure, because that's what starts the clock ticking. The next is the definition of consummation. So the clock starts ticking when the borrower receives, but what is that based on? And that's based on consummation. And the definition of consummation for TILA-RESPA is when a consumer becomes contractually obligated to a creditor. So for dry funding states, which is predominantly our West Coast states, that is when the borrower signs the closing disclosure. That would be considered the date of consummation. For our East Coast states, which are considered wet funding states, then it is the date of signing and funding, because that happens on the same day. So you want to pay attention to what state you're in, because that's what's going to prevail for the date of definition and what you're timing to. Getting the information out is critical, and face it, you guys are busy, and that's great. So you don't have time to make up a bunch of flyers or create a presentation or even figure out what you need to send out. So we've created some tools to be able to help you get the information out to your real estate partners. We have a TRID Real Estate Partner Expert package that we've created, and it begins with a PowerPoint slide deck. And it covers the TRID highlights that are most critical to your real estate partners, so the things that are important to them. It's a complete open PowerPoint slide deck. You can drop your information in there and put your picture, put your company information in there, and set up workshops and start conducting your own educational meetings. The next thing we've created is a TRID highlight workbook. This covers the highlights of everything you need to get out there and start educating your real estate partners on. We've also created a couple of resources of business building with education resource kit, give you information on what you can do to be able to put together a very good comprehensive training program. And then the fourth is a meeting in a box. If you've never had a meeting before, you can open this, read it. It gives you step-by-step instructions on how to go and hold your own meeting and workshop. For some of you, presenting the information may not be something you want to do, or maybe you want to do a combination of everything. So we've created some flyers, some email messages, postcards, and some communication ideas that you can grab and use and get out there to your real estate partners. We've also created an old versus new comparison chart, because there's things that have changed with the regulations and there's things that haven't changed. And so we've actually taken the most critical areas, broken it down into a very good comparison guide, so you can look at it and say, okay, what's old, what's new. We've created one that's just for originators, and then we've also created one that's for your real estate agents. So you can use that and just provide that to your real estate agents. The other thing we're giving you is an MP4 of a recording for a NAR video. The National Association of Realtors did a video from their GA, Government Affairs Chair. And so we're giving that to you so you can send that out to your real estate partners, because many agents haven't seen that, and one of the critical things on it is they actually advise, and this is coming from NAR, to add 15 days onto the purchase agreement just through this transition time. So it's a valuable piece of information to share with your real estate partners and let them know the information that's coming from them and their association. So we've taken all of this information and we've put it into a toolkit, and it's available at TRIDtools.com. So you get everything. You get the PowerPoint slide deck, you get the highlight workbook, you get the tips, you get the meeting workbook, we get email templates, postcards, flyers, and then the old versus new comparison. Because I'm an education specialist, I have a lot of my clients that I do webinars with, and I also travel across the country doing a lot of Train the Trainer events to help educate originators on getting the information out to their real estate partners. And as a result, I've had a lot of requests to do webinars, and unfortunately I don't have a lot of time to do that for everyone. And so what I've done is actually created an automated webinar. This is a recorded webinar. It's 30 minutes, and I'm going through the highlights that's important for real estate partners to know about the changes. The great thing about the system is it's personalized to you. So once you send us your information, we'll create your own personalized automated webinar. It'll have your picture in it. It'll have all of your information in it. And it's a very simple system to use. You can simply send out the email link to your real estate partners. They select what date they want to register for the webinar, and the system takes over from there. So it'll send them reminders, and then the time of the webinar, it'll send them the link to click on, and they'll be able to watch the webinar. They also have the option that if they want to watch a previous recording, they can click on Watch It Now, and they can actually sit and watch it right then. The thing I love about this system is it can be viewed over and over again. So you can use it to send out to as many of your partners as you want. They can also start watching it, and if they don't watch it all in one sitting, they can go back and watch it again. So it's a complete automated system, and it's very simple to use. All you need to do is email the link and the follow-up, and we actually send you an email flyer with the link embedded in it. So honestly, all you need to do is just forward that information to your real estate partners and then call and follow up with them. At the end of the webinar, the system automatically takes your viewers to your own personal web page. So again, all you have to do is email the link. All the information is branded to you. It has your photo in it. It has all your contact information. It is a complete turnkey personalized automated webinar. The price for the automated webinar is one-time cost, $249. And that's not per view. That is not per use. That is just the flat fee. You can use it as many times as you want. And you can find all of these tools at TRIDtools.com. When you click on the homepage, you can start at Automated Webinar, and from there you'll find information about the automated webinar. There's actually a link. You can go in and watch a live demo, see how the system works and what it looks like, and then when you're ready to purchase it, then you can click on the Buy Now button, and then that will take you to the shopping cart, and you can purchase it that way. Never before have we had a regulatory change that has been as far-reaching as this one is, and never before have we had the opportunity for you to go out and train and educate your real estate partners. And that's really how I see it. It's an opportunity for you to position yourself as the expert, to go and meet with your existing partners, or use this to go and make acquaintances with those new real estate agents that you've been wanting to get in and meet, because again, it's an opportunity. Position yourself as an expert. So we've created everything for you to be able to go out and train and educate your real estate partners on the changes that are happening. With the Train the Trainer Toolkit and the automated webinar, it's a complete system. Everything you need to go out and train and educate and position yourself as an expert.